pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Perfect, Ben.
Roll call, please.
Assessor Fry. Here. Highway Commissioner Bouvet.
Here.
Clerk Giovanna is here. Supervisor Jones.
Here.
Trustee Horvath.
Here.
Trustee Maher. Trustee Malik.
Here.
Trustee Lynch.
Here. Okay, can I get a motion to approve the minutes of March 24th, 2026 board meeting?
Motion to approve the minutes for March 24, 2026 board meeting.
Second. Are there any changes or discussion?
Okay. Supervisor Jones.
Yes.
Trustee Horvath.
Yes.
Trustee Malik.
Abstain.
Trustee Lynch.
Yes.
Okay, I have a motion to approve, for approval of general assistance expenditures.
Motion to approve payroll for pay dates of March 27, 2026, April 10, 2026, and April 24, 2026, ACH wire payments and general assistance checks, number 57705 for check number 57720 in the amount of $48,698.79.
Second.
Supervisor Jones.
Yes.
Trustee Horvath.
Yes.
Trustee Malik.
Yes.
Trustee Lynch.
Yes.
Okay, may I have a motion for approval of road district expenditures?
Motion, oh, go ahead.
A motion to approve payroll for pay dates of March 27, 2026, April 10, 2026, and April 24, 2026, ACH wire payments and road district checks 25796 through check 25843 in the amount of $152,108.35.
Second.
Supervisor Jones.
Yes.
Trustee Horvath.
Yes.
Trustee Malik.
Yes.
Trustee Lynch.
Yes.
Okay, may I have a motion for approval of the general town fund expenditures?
Motion to approve payroll for pay dates of March 27th, 2026, April 10th, 2026, and April 24th, 2026. ACH wire payments and town fund checks number 63424 through check number 63491 in the amount of $360,166.06.
Second.
Supervisor Jones.
Yes.
Trustee Horvath.
Yes.
Trustee Malik.
Yes.
Trustee Lynch.
Yes.
Okay, I understand we have some public participation this evening. Mr. Shaw? Would you care to come up to the podium and
My name is Bhavesh Shah. I live on Twin Oaks Lane, and on March 11, we had a water backup, which is Aqua America. Since they took it over our area, they are not cleaning during the spring or fall. So since they took it over, we have nothing but the water backup. It's not 1 year, 2 year or 3 since they took it over. And it happened to more than 10 houses. But 10 houses are participant in problem. And Aquas and restoration company to all of our house, they came in our basement, cut the drywall. It's been since March 11. I tried to call, they never respond. They said, oh, we give a contract to somebody. I said, who? Can you provide me a number or a name or anything? They don't want to, nothing to deal with that. So we sent a letter to Eddie Howard, Illinois Commerce Commission, Aqua. And I came here, I talked to Nader, I gave him a letter. He already give you guys a letter. So we need a help, because on my street, one person is have a 3 stroke, one person have a kidney transplant, one person have a cancer. My mother is 84 years old. Across from my house, she is 80 years old. I've been living there for 32 years. I am fighting with everybody. Even a Cook County sheriff was bothering in my area. I had to go to Maywood. I fight with them and I stopped them. Because one day somebody came middle of the night to steal my Lexus. And I went outside. I called Cook County sheriff. Instead of going after the guy, they start to entertaining me 3 cars. So 10 days later I went to a Maywood. I told them, guys, you guys are stealing my tax money. And after that they watched the video, because I told them, middle of the night, 5-6 cars are standing in a gas station, 2 of them in the Park District. So we need to cut that crap off. So they watched for 2 weeks in a GPS and then they stopped. So I need a help from you guys now. Because the Aqua, we are not the one who choose. We had a before Maine water, North Maine, then a Glenview water system, and since Aqua came, we have nothing but the problem. So I need a help.
Mr. Shah, can I ask what the problem is with the pipe that Aqua services?
They are charging us for a sewer. They are not cleaning the sewer system.
So you're saying the sewer system, the pipe is backed up and that's causing flooding into your unit?
As soon as Aqua came, within 10 minutes, it happened midnight. I woke up whole night and I had to go to work. And when I went to work, I talked to Aqua lady. I'm not gonna name nobody, because I don't want to put nobody's job in jeopardy. And she says my company is washed. They don't want to spend any money on certain things. And it is a part of their job to clean the damn thing. Because they are charging us for a sewer system. So why they cannot clean during the spring and the fall? Because if you guys, I can take you, all of you in my neighborhood, to each and every house. They came, cut all the drywall, try to call Aqua, nobody is responding. Even the restoration company came, they raised their hand too. And we cannot live like that.
Thank you. We will,
Because I need a help, because
Wait, I see that you have a petition, or you have your neighbors also signed.
every,
So, and you gave us the letter, so, we'll see what we can do to help you out.
and if I need to take any other step, I'm gonna start to do it. If I have to call news media, I will do it. Then if I have to put anybody under the bus, I don't care anymore. Because enough is enough.
Has Aqua ever come out and looked at it, or?
No, they just send a restoration company, they cut all the drywall up to 3 foot. And in my basement, when I designed the drywall, I had them put a durag. But then I put the tiles on the top. They cut everything out. But my mom did not let them move the refrigerator. So I still have proof.
All right, I appreciate you letting us know. I know you said that you were working with Nader, and so we'll.
Yeah, but Nader can help so much.
Right.
So I need everybody.
Okay, thank you for coming. Okay. Next item of business is Rich, your anniversary milestone.
Yay, Rich. Wow.
So we want to congratulate everybody gonna approve the facilitation? Thank you.
I just want to have a part for a picture of Rich.
It does look like this.
Every year faster than the other.
Just trying to get out of the way here. Yeah, I love that. Good.
Good looking certificate.
All right. You have everybody?
Okay, perfect. All right. 3, 2, 1. One more. Beautiful. Thanks, guys.
Thank
you. Thanks, everyone.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Rich.
Thanks for everything.
Sit down.
You're gonna go to fire your next Sunday.
Yes.
Well, well, actually, right. Yeah. You gotta go to this. All right. It's like that. It's like Rubik's Cube.
They have, okay, David Madison.
It's a little.
Okay. We're on to old business, discussion and possible vote on clinical observation and reporting system improvement. So we're just back to all right. Okay.
All right, well, thank you. For those of you who were at our last month's board meeting, I apologize for being redundant. We decided to table the matter until more of the board could be present. So remember last month, you just take students for this month if you want. So wanted to talk just briefly about our internship program, a little bit of background about that. We've been training master's level intern therapists in the field of counseling for almost 50 years. So we've trained nearly 100 students who have provided excellent service to our residents as well as others in their future careers. Our intern therapists are here for over 10 months a year and 20 or more hours each week. And we've had the privilege on multiple occasions to hire some of those intern therapists for employment positions here as family therapists afterwards. So with both of our intern therapists combined, the number of hours that they provide is equivalent to one full-time position. So the request that I'm going to be making tonight for an upgrade in our video equipment is about 1/3 of the cost of a single year if we had to replace our intern therapist with a full-time position. That would be an annual cost every year of 3 times what I'm requesting tonight. So our existing video equipment has not been around quite as long as I have, but almost. It's been around for 14 out of the 20 years that I've been here. So if we go back to 2012, we were, I'm ashamed to say, still recording sessions on VHS tapes. So I purchased some inexpensive equipment at a security supply store that was better than VHS tapes. It's got us by for 14 years, but the equipment is aging, and we have really poor video and audio quality. The other major reason why I'm requesting an upgrade is because the software is so old and it's proprietary, so we have to run the computers to view the software in mobile admin mode, which presents some security concerns. The graduate schools that we work with do require video as part of the training, so it's not something we, if we want to continue working with interns, we have to provide that service. And it's not just for our intern therapists, but we've had many of our clinicians use recordings to obtain advanced certifications that do require recording sessions with client consent. So we issued an RFP and we had 2 companies respond. The first company came in more expensive, and the quality of the product wasn't on par with the one that I'm recommending tonight, which is Intelligent Video Solutions, or IVS. So I was very impressed with their demonstration. They came out, had the 2 representatives that I met with initially online to do a site visit to see what our needs were. They have over 900 customers. They've been in business for 17 years. And the solution that they offered would provide 2 cameras and a microphone, a secure server for dedicated video storage, and also the ability to use a remote software product where we could record sessions in any room securely using an iPad. That solution really provides us with a lot of flexibility and the ability to securely access videos from our computers and only from the building. So it's not linked to the internet at all. There's no risks associated with that. So it's very flexible. It really has everything that we need. So the iReport cost was almost $30,000. Single investment. The IBS cost was a one-time cost of $26,906, and then an ongoing annual support cost of $1,350, which includes technical support, maintenance, as well as software upgrades. And the initial cost might potentially be eligible for grant funding reimbursement as well. Not included in your packet would be a one-time cost of approximately $200 just to run some wires that our IT company would need to do before the setup would be able to be installed. So I just want to be clear about that additional approximately $200 cost as well. So in conclusion, our current equipment is very outdated. It does present some security risks to continue using it. So this upgrade would provide us with a significant better experience for our intern therapists, as well as for our full-time therapists seeking additional credentials, which also directly benefits our residents in being able to offer more specialized treatment services. And finally, it would also provide us with an option we don't currently have, which is the ability to observe sessions without recording them. And that's something we wish we had on multiple occasions, because sometimes when there are safety concerns present, it would be helpful to have an extra set of eyes on the session, even if we don't have permission to record. So I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone might have about the product.
I think they were fully answered, having two presentations.
But what did you guys think last time?
I was ready to approve last time.
Yeah, James brought it, the full board to hear it.
Makes sense.
If I may jump in before the board gets too far on this one, I'm not sure whether Kurt has reviewed this agreement. I definitely have not. Something a flag is, it can't be approved tonight, but perhaps in that motion language, putting it subject to attorney review, just to give us some time to look it over and obviously make sure the terms are favorable to the township.
Thank you for catching that. I don't think we had put it in front of Kurt yet.
He reviewed, or someone reviewed the RFP initially, but we haven't sent any of the proposals for review because they haven't been approved yet. But that's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Okay, so I guess if we make a motion, so we should probably include that caveat and contingent on attorney approval. Maybe we can make a motion.
Motion to approve clinical observation recording system improvements via contract with IBS, subject to the approval of our attorney.
Okay. Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Lee?
Yes.
Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
Thank you all so much. I'll coordinate with Vicki and have that shared with you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is discussion of solid waste collection and recycling services. So Maine Township is now accepting proposals for residential solid waste collection, recycling services, landscape waste collection and disposal, and resident billing services for those living in the unincorporated areas of the township. Sealed proposals must be submitted no later than May 15, 2026, and will be reviewed at the board meeting on May 26, 2026. Residents are encouraged to attend the meeting and May meeting and provide input during the public participation portion of the board's consideration.
And I just want to add to that too, we are going to the RFP sample contract and frequently asked questions are being updated regularly on the website as well for any vendors that are interested, that are, want to participate in the process. For our residents, you're welcome to email me. My email's on the website and everything. If you have any questions, concerns if anyone has questions or concerns along the way about, the vendor, because that's who they're going to be affected directly, because it's going to be their waste hauler. And again, like we said, we're encouraging people to, they're welcome to come to that board meeting. That way the board gets some input from the end user about which service provider is selected. We're going to have some press releases out about that and social media posts as well to make sure, probably put it on the marquee to make sure that we get residents of the unincorporated area aware and excited and, helping participate in this process.
Thank you, Vicki. All right. And the next item is presentation by Catherine Zavarro from Web Insurance Group. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Catherine. Happy to see you again. Nice to see you all too. Make sure you got the keyboard thing. So you're just going to use the okay. And then I'll get your slides. Okay.
So I'm going to skip through these pages because I think everyone here already knows me, and this is just a lot of fluff about me and what we do, and you all know that because I've been with you for quite a long time, so I appreciate your loyalty as well. I'm going to go to page 6. I was already able to go back to Blue Cross, so we got our initial renewal, which is also in your packet, and the original renewal was 13.2%, or 2%. So I went back and gave them the competitive marketing that I had at the time from UHC, which I started this so early that was for May, but then I updated it to July. So they did give us an additional points off to take it all the way down to 9.9. And those rates are what are reflected here on this page here. So the current Blue Cross was $858,540.84 annually for the plans we have in place, and the renewal is $943,533.24. That's with the reduction down to 9.9%. And UHC came in at $888,478.44, which we could go over the comparison in the program there. Cigna declined to quote, and then most other carriers are not applicable for municipalities. So really, we have Cigna to go to, we have UHC to go to, and then Blue Cross. That's usually the market. We have 29 total employees enrolled. We have an HMO and a PPO, and those plans really haven't changed for a couple of years. So on pages 7 and 8, that's the original, actually it would be 7, 8, and 9 because they also show the plan. So that was the original renewal from Blue Cross delivered. And then on pages 10 through 12, 10 through 12 is the revised renewal where they took us down to 9.9. And then on the next page, I believe it's 13, we have the exhibit that shows the plans. I don't know if I could get this any larger. I don't know if you could see it very well, but you probably have it in front of you too. So the green areas, the first 2 columns are your current plans. The first one's the HMO, the second one's the PPO. And I do want to point out, can we get it any bigger? Oh, okay.
More like,
Yeah. Oh.
What's that?
Yeah, if you can.
that's okay, we have that.
Yeah.
That's right.
I can make it real big.
I was just thinking
Okay.
of people in attendance.
Oh, so maybe
Because
show
we
it
have
to
it in
them,
front of us.
because everyone here has it in front of them. So just one thing I want to point out, there's no changes to the HMO plan. The PPO plan actually has an error in family. It's 0 for deductible. So we have a 0 deductible on our current PPO plan for individual and for family. And there's a total out of pocket of $1,000 for individual and $3,000 for family. So if you look across, all the way across to the United Healthcare plan, how I coded that was green is either the same or better benefit, and then yellow is not as attractive as benefit. So the UHC actually, in their July 1st
revised quote that they gave us, they only came in at a 3.49%. There was a lot more savings on their, obviously, their May rates, right? But then when they come back, it's only 3.49%. If that is an increase from your current, where yes, we're at 9.90 with Blue Cross, but there is a big difference in the exposure here. So instead of 1,000 on the individual deductible, it's 1,750. So you have $750 more on the individual side, and then a 500 for the family increase. So that's why it's in yellow, because it's a worse benefit than your current. And if it's in green, then it's a better benefit. It looks like, so the inpatient is actually a little better than our current, and the emergency room is double than what our current benefits are. And then we have urgent care is $50, where your current urgent care and your PPO is, you have to pay, well, there is no deductible, so you're just gonna pay 10% up to that 1,000. What I also wanna say about this is that, as you know, we've gotten pretty good renewals with Blue Cross over all the years that you've been with them. These are aggressive new business rates. So they're probably gonna come back in year 2 and really smack us. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing too about the United Healthcare is that some things would have to be changed up about how the township does things, because we wouldn't be able to go there with the current people who are on the benefits now, but wouldn't really qualify if we went to UHC unless the ways that they are paid would be restructured, just because of their underwriting guidelines. So that's a little confusing there.
I'm sorry, you're saying that certain employees wouldn't qualify for the insurance under UHC, they would not be considered?
Right, because of the way that they're paid. So right now, the Blue Cross contract has been in place, I don't even know, probably over 20 years, right? So if we changed, there's with UHC, anybody who worked under like 30 hours, right, which would be all the board members, obviously, right? Anybody who's not working 30 hours or more, we would not be able to be on that. So we have people on our plan now that have contracts that say that they can be on benefits, which some things would have to be changed about, like how they're paid. Yeah. So it will get a little complicated. But I don't know really that it's worth the change, because over all the years that I have been with you guys, I know that we've averaged, by going back and getting rate relief, we've averaged the renewals to like, I think it's like 3.5% over since 2011. So that's a really good, Blue Cross is treating you guys really well. We don't know what it will be like with UHC. We know these are aggressive new business rates. And so, are they going to come back at a 20% increase the next year? That's what we don't, we don't know. But we know how Blue Cross has been treating you. Even in really, really bad years, I've been able to negotiate the rate relief down pretty fairly in your favor.
Well, I think most people go Blue Cross for personal stuff.
Okay. Any questions or?
No other questions on that? So then on the next page, 14, hold on a second here. Okay. Principal actually came in at 6.8% increase only on the dental, and no other lines of coverage were increased. They all stayed the same, so the vision and the employer paid life and the voluntary life and all the other lines that we have, accident, critical, and those all stayed the same. But I did go back to them, and they did reduce the dental as well. Dental increased down to 4% instead of 6.80. So we did get rate relief from them too. And really the only one that showed a possible savings from current was MetLife. But we tried that before, and that did not work out well. Nobody was happy with MetLife, so we actually had to move away from them after 12 months. So my recommendation would be to stay with Blue Cross and Principal. Does anyone have have any questions on that? If you were to vote on what you wanted to do in this meeting, then we would be able to schedule the open enrollment, which usually I like to do in May, to get it out of the way. I mean, we can do it as late as June, but we usually like to do the open enrollment in May, and then we have plenty of time to make sure that they process things the way that people enrolled and things like that.
Here's where you make a motion.
Not sure how to word motion to approve insurance renewal with principal and Blue Cross.
Is that the actual agreement is that the township will be signing? I just want to make sure the wording is proper.
Yep, so they're already with those two carriers, so really there isn't anything for them to sign. They're already in contract with them, so really they don't need to do anything. The only reason we would do anything is if we were moving away.
Okay, understood. So, yeah, then the motion can just be motion to approve continuance of insurance.
Motion to approve continuance of insurance.
Second.
Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Catherine.
you.
Good night. Appreciate you.
Okay. Now, good one. Okay, ordinance number 2026-2, ordinance approving a purchase and sale agreement for the purchase of certain property located at 9850 Milwaukee Avenue from Chicago Title and Trust Company. Do I need to read the whole thing?
No, no.
So, it's publicized. So, yes, I read it before. So, motion to approve, is there any discussion? Okay. Motion to approve ordinance number 2026-2, approving a purchase and sales agreement for the purchase of certain property located at 9850 Milwaukee Avenue. Okay, so Kelly motioned and you seconded.
Sure, I will.
Okay. So Kelly?
Kelly's the motion, Osso's the second.
Yeah.
Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
All right. All right. That was,
I gotta go there and the fun stuff really.
yeah, now the due diligence is. Okay. Discussion of town fund general assistance tentative budget and appropriation ordinance for 2026-2027. So we had this discussion, I think, last month, where we discussed the tentative budget, and now we're just approving the budget.
We're not approving anything, we're just letting,
Just discussion.
yes, just discussion.
More discussion.
Yeah, just discussion, let everyone know that it's available for public review, and at the public hearing, May 26th, is when we plan to adopt the town fund and general assistance budget.
What do you guys think? So that's it? No vote? All right.
You know what, there is, apologies Supervisor, there is an ordinance for the tentative budget. Did you see that, Victoria?
There's ordinance, yes.
Yes, but we're not, so it's just tentative.
Yeah, so this is tentative, so this ordinance, it's a tentative B&A ordinance, it will be filed with the township clerk, and then the public hearing will take place and vote will take place on the final budget. So there should be a vote to approve ordinance, but you are correct, it's not like the final, because there needs to be a public hearing and such. So we're just voting to approve the tentative ordinance.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. No. All right, so may I have a, let's see.
Motion to approve town fund general assistance tentative budget and appropriation ordinance for 2026-27.
Okay,
Second? Okay. Supervisor Jones?
yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
Okay. Next item of business, discussion and possible vote to approve amendments to public relations marketing agreement.
Hello, everybody. So we have two amendments before you tonight. The first amendment is an expansion of our services to the Highway Department. So for the last 4.5 years now that we've been providing service to you, we've included the road district's promotional materials that we've done, whether it be newspaper ads, press releases, blog posts, Facebook posts, as part of the overall scope of the township agreement. However, lately, and what we anticipate moving forward, is for there to be more communication needs specific to the road district. So a few months ago, Ed approached us about expanding our services specifically to the road district, and that's what is before you in amendment number 1. The question you may have is why this needs to come before the board, because Ed has the authority to enter into contracts for the road district. We really wanted to bring it before you for 2 reasons. Number 1 is we are going to be using some township resources in the delivery of this work, namely the Facebook page, possibly the e-newsletter, and the website. And then secondly, just, we're all kind of a shared client, so we just want there to be that full visibility on the scope of what we're providing. So, Ed, I don't know if you had anything to add to that?
No, I'm looking forward to you guys taking over, the Maine News. I know admin has done a great job with it, but we're looking for, a fresh perspective as well, and it's going to be, you guys are going to do a great job, so thank you.
Well, thank you, Ed. And that is the second amendment that Ed was speaking to, but yes.
Will this portion then come out of the town, out of the road district budget?
Yes. So if you look at the provision on payment, we are just going to invoice the township as we currently do, but the provision clearly lays out that the highway department's responsible for the payment, and if they don't pay, the township's not responsible, and we did discuss this procedure with Vicki. So Supervisor Jones, do you want to vote the first amendment or the second amendment together? I don't know if we have to vote on them separately.
You can vote on them at once.
Okay.
Sorry, just make clear in the motion, first and second amendments.
Okay. Is there a preference to the board? We vote on them together or separately?
Do it together.
Okay.
Okay, then I'll briefly cover the second amendment. So this one will pertain to the board a little more than the first one. But, we approached Vicki about a month ago about expanding our service to include the Maine News. It was a good conversation, and part of the reason we approached her was we felt like we already do a lot of the content creation from the work that we do on the e-newsletter, the Facebook page, the blog posts that we provide Richard to post on the website. So it would be a big advantage to the township in that we're already doing a lot of the content creation. So it can be a more efficient process where we're coming to you to kind of approve content that we've created. We work with everybody on the level of involvement they want to be involved, but it would maybe take some pressure off folks who feel like they need to develop content for it. The other big advantage would be by having M3 Marketing cover this as part of our contract is just more consistency with brand, with what we're talking about in our various places that we're disseminating information. And we think we just have the capability now. It's a good time to try to move the publication forward a little more be a little more photo forward in the design of the document. And I think it would just be a more efficient process to bring that in-house. So we're proposing an increase to the contract rate to $500 per month. That would be $6,000 per year. The township, as I understand it, is currently paying $5,600 per year for the design, solely just for the design of the newsletter. That doesn't count any sort of content creation. So I think it's a good deal for the township too, because now you're getting the design and the content in one deal.
Motion to approve the first and second amendments to public relations marketing agreement.
Second.
Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
And Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, discussion and vote on resolution 2026-7, a resolution approving and making a determination on executive session meetings. So in closed session, last month, we discussed releasing certain closed session minutes, and this is just the formal release, voting on it.
Motion to approve resolution 2026-7, approving and making a determination on executive session meeting minutes.
Okay, give me a second. Kelly?
Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Abstain.
Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
All right. Discussion and possible vote to approve engagement letter with Evans, Marshall, and Peace. The agenda item authorizes the township to enter an agreement letter with an accounting firm to provide professional financial services. The engagement letter outlines the scope of services, responsibilities of both parties, and rates. These services include monthly and annual services and audit support. Approval ensures the township maintains compliance with financial reporting requirements and continues to receive expert guidance on fiscal matters. We've been using Evans, Marshalls, and Peace for a while.
So this is just renewing the same. Yeah, this is not, because we're still using Butterworth now.
For the audit, yeah. So we use Evans, Marshall, and Peace for our accounting, and then the other one we use for the audit.
And this is for the.
This is for the accounting.
This is just for the fiscal year from March 1st to February 2027, and then we can revisit it again next year. We just want to get in the habit of always making sure that the board's informed and gets to, gets to have these engagement letters on file and everything.
Motion to approve engagement letter with Evans, Marshall, and Peace.
Second?
Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. And now we're at officials' reports. So, Assessor Cry, would you like to start the official report?
Thank you, Supervisor. We're still working on exemptions. They've extended us. And then what that means is that tax bill is going to be we don't know the date yet, but I do have a meeting this Friday with the Cook County Township assessors and our treasurer, Marie Pappas, so maybe I'll have more information by then. Today I attended a Zoom meeting with Toy. They put something out for the Disability Act that has been now postponed for another year. But, my staff was a little bit concerned. I know Marie was concerned because we're not sure what's going to happen and I think that all of us watching it, we were reassured, and then Rich actually went on the Zoom also and watched it. I thought it was good. And I should be able to get a copy of that if the board would like to have it. If you haven't been at the Zoom meeting, if you'd like to see what that is, because we have to be compliant by next year, and they say that we should start now. And the thing was, they pushed it because we're supposed to be compliant and ready by the end of this month. So the judge made a decision and pushed it out, but there is a lot of work involved to do it. And Rich is on board with it. Of course, you know, he's the savvy one here. So I'm sure it'll be fine and be done. But if you'd like a copy of that, I can make a copy of that. So once I get it from Joy.
That'd be wonderful, thank you.
And also, did you see something? They already scheduled the toy for November. Was that in here?
Oh, I didn't see that, no.
No. It's going to be again in Springfield. And this is going to be actually the last year. Then they're going to do it in Champaign.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
It's about time.
Yeah, right.
It's like Champaign, so this will be the last year in Springfield.
Okay. I mean, Springfield's nice, but it's nice to change it up every once in a while.
Right? Sure. I think all my friends will be already graduated. But this year I wouldn't be able to see. Thank you. That's it.
I just had two quick things. Our Greenwood Circle drainage project has kicked off. It's on its way. If anybody's driving past Western, you want to take a look, or if any of the board members want to stop by, be happy to show them what we're doing out there. Second, I just want to wish Michael good luck with his award this Friday at Night of Roses. So you deserve it, and I hope you win. Thank you.
We don't find out until the night up, huh? I guess they sell more tickets that way. We'll be there rooting you on, Mike. The only thing I wanted to add to my written report is that I sent out a notice to everybody that the first National Night Out organizational meeting will be on May 11th, 7 p.m. over at Feldman Center. Everybody's always welcome to attend. And for the first meeting, we always do pizza and refreshments as well. So hope to see you guys there.
I guess I just want to say thank you to everybody who showed up to our annual meeting. That was really great. I was really surprised. I was a little worried when I saw the crowd. I didn't know which direction it was going to go. Thankfully, everybody there was really supportive, so it was nice to have that many people, and just thank everybody who came and showed support for our food pantry.
First bigger.
Yes.
Not so
Our
low.
growing. Great. Yes.
I want to thank Richard Lyon for his 20-year service for the Maine Township. And I also want to thank for my birthday card his team sent to me. And I also want to thank all the Maine Township employees for their hard work. I was not here at the last meeting. I was with Senator Laura Murphy in Springfield, because March 23rd is a Pakistan Resolution Day, and Senator Laura Murphy gave a proclamation on Pakistan Resolution Day on the 23rd March. And also thanks to the President of Illinois Senate, Don Herman, who presented proclamation to the Pakistan Consul General of Pakistan, Zaman Bandi, on that day. So thank you, Senator Laura Murphy, thank you, Senator Laura Fine, and thank you, Laura, all three Laura. Thank you.
Well, I just want to echo how amazing it was to be in the room at the town hall meeting and to see so many people in this community engaged, participating, and supportive of the work that the food pantry does. And we're all just very lucky to live in a community where neighbors are taking care of neighbors. So I'm like still on verge of tears, you know.
Thank you.
So that's it. That's it.
the only one.
No.
Yes, it was very emotional because it's something really important. So.
Excuse me, I forget one thing. So I just want to announce, for the Pakistan Culture Day and Indian Culture Day. So India Culture Day will be on August 15, and Pakistan will be August 16 in Nepal.
Oh, okay, you're doing both days.
Yeah, same both days, yeah.
Okay,
August 15 and 16.
okay, great, thank you. Were you done with?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, it has been a busy month, starting with the annual town hall meeting, which we've referenced, and it was wonderful to see all those faces and those pink cards. Wow, that was really something. It's gotten nice coverage in the journal, and it's just been positive all the way around, so we're really looking forward to moving forward and growing our food pantry and helping our constituents like what we voted in to do. Also, I attended the Empowering Women event with Trustee Malik and Senator Murphy, which was a great event. It was very nice in Villa Park, or Schiller Park, and that was really wonderful seeing how many women they help. It's not just Wayne's out there helping women against domestic violence, but also other organizations, and Empowering Women is really one of the better ones. And I also attended the electronics recycling along with Trustee Maher, and a lot of all employees were here. So I just want to thank all the employees that volunteered their time because they don't have to do that on Saturday mornings. I'm sure they have other things to do. So that was a very successful event. On Friday, we have Agency Day coming up with Richard Lyon. That's going to be very interesting. I read the guest speaker. I wish I could stay for the whole thing, but I'm only going to be able to be there in the morning. So I'm sure it'll be another great event. I've been there before. Next Wednesday is Neighborhood Watch, and we are welcoming, of course, all our neighbors in the area to come talk and air their grievances or get information. We get great information with the Sheriff's Office, the Fire Department, Code Enforcement. So please come join us at 7 o'clock next Wednesday. May 16th, we have our shredding event, so hopefully we'll get a lot of people coming here shredding their personal paper information, and we're limiting it to 3 like big grocery bags. And then June 6th, Water Reclamation District Commissioner Ira Sepulveda is having a wellness, hosting it with us, and so that will be June 6th. So we have a lot going on and a lot of really good things to look forward to, and we hope that our residents will join us in that. And that concludes my report. Okay, from here we're going to go into closed session pursuant to Section 2C1 of the Open Meetings Act, discussing the employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, and pursuant to Section 2C5 of the Open Meetings Act to discuss the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired, and pursuant to Section 2C11 of the Open Meetings Act, litigation which is probable or imminent. So can I get a motion to go into closed session? Motion to go into closed session.
Second?
Okay. Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
Do you make a motion to go back into open session?
Nope, we can just, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
step on your toes.
I will defer.
You can just do roll call, it's just keeping track of who's now back in open
Oh,
session,
okay.
so just everyone do that.
Okay, so we're doing a roll call going back in. Clerk Giuliana's here, Supervisor Jones.
Here.
We have Trustee Horvath,
Here.
Trustee Malik, and Trustee Lynch.
Here.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
That is the
Thank you, everyone.